time is such a fascinating thing, isn't it? So we've come to a close. I'm a little late on this video. I made one on my main channel and kind of forgot to make one for this channel, so whoopsies, that one's on me. But yeah, we have closed out the year 2024, and now we're into a whole new year, 2025, a nice sounding number, in my brain at least. And there's a lot of things that happened last year, and there are a lot of things that I would like to do this year. And one of those things that I would like to do is to improve upon my office space. And if that wasn't evident enough by what you've seen already, it's an important thing to keep your space in a nice working order that inspires you to do whatever it is you do. So that's a big reason why that whole thing was there in the first place. But I'll get to some of that a little bit later, because I want to talk about 2024 first. Really, I want to go in depth on that. So 2024 was a very cool year on my main channel for a lot of different reasons. I got into the YouTube Partner Program, and I made some awesome milestones and achievements with that channel. And again, I made a separate video on that account, obviously, but I made big strides with that account. I also made big strides with this account, funny enough. And some of the milestones that I reached with this channel were achieved much faster than those same milestones were achieved on my other main account, which was baffling to me at the time. But I've come to realize, I think, the filmmaking, cinematography, camera gear niche is a bit more, not abundant, but maybe concentrated than just a metal musician niche is with my other account. So maybe there's that, maybe there's some other stuff going on, I'm not sure. I'm not really going to complain. But this channel was birthed. It was thrown into the world out of the womb that is my mind. And I'm really glad I made it. I'm really glad you guys are here along for the ride. Every single one of you, over on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even Threads, all the places. I've got a good amount of followers now on this account, which is surprising. But I love the community that I've started to build on this channel just as much as I love the community that I've already built on my main channel. They're just very two different kind of families, if that makes sense. And, you know, we reached some decent milestones with this channel last year. We got upwards of 500 or so followers on TikTok. Instagram is our weakest. That's still below 200. I find it very difficult to grow on Instagram for a lot of reasons. On YouTube, we're in the 300s now, so we passed the 300 subscriber milestone just a few weeks ago, if that, and that's really great. I didn't really make a separate video for that. I used to do that with my other channel, like every 100 subs or so, but I'll probably make one once we hit 500. That's kind of the big ticket swing when you hit 500. And but still, passing 300 on YouTube is really, really great. Did not think I would get even close to that within less than a year because, well, this channel wasn't made at the beginning of 2024. So again, that's a really great achievement. I'm really happy with the numbers that we're pulling. Obviously, I would like to do more, and I'm working on the content, working on my editing, my cinematography, my color grading, everything. And, you know, there's a lot of things that I did personally and had occur personally in 2024. Like I got married. I had my wedding back in October. That was a really amazing thing to have occur. It's not something I ever thought I would ever be a part of in my life. When I was younger, I just never thought that I would be that type of person. But, you know, this woman came into my life in high school. We're high school sweethearts. I love her to death. And, you know, things just happen the way they happen. And I am elated and eternally happy for it. We are just two peas in a pod. And, so that was kind of the biggest event of 2024, and I even went as far as to bring my own camera. We had a photographer who took amazing, beautiful photos, but I also wanted some video evidence because we didn't end up hiring a videographer. You know, weddings get pretty expensive, and we're, you know, not fortunate enough to have an abundance of income, so we had to pick and choose things here and there, and I essentially brought my own camera rig and had my cousin handle the camera throughout the wedding and stuff, and that was really great. We captured the ceremony and some of the food eating and dancing and stuff afterwards, so a lot of cool memories to keep there, but the main thing is we had the ceremony on video as well, and I wore this, my Hollyland Lark Max, up in my tie and in my suit, so I captured all of our speaking and vowage and breathing and everything. It was beautiful. It was really amazing. I'll have to talk to the wife and see if she would let me share any kind of footage from that, because it turned out really cool. But yeah, that happened in 2024, and other than that, you know, I set a challenge for myself when I started this channel, and what it came down to was the strategy that I had for approaching this channel. Now, let me just make sure we're still recording here. Don't want to run out of space on my memory card. That would be very unfortunate. But I took it upon myself with this channel when I started it to record a short-form piece of content for every day. And I went every day since I started that challenge. It wasn't a full year or anything, but it was from the birth of this channel when I started focusing on it. And I really didn't miss a day. I had some stuff that was late, but I didn't miss a day. And I don't know if I'm going to keep up with that this year. It was great. I think it definitely propelled some momentum forward for growth, but boy, it was tough. And I had to come up with some stuff on the fly. Some stuff that I wasn't too happy with, things that just felt kind of half-assed, and I don't want to do that anymore. I think I want to focus on, in terms of short-form stuff, more in-depth ideas that I can put more time and editing and effort into, things that will be like more cinematic and more edited, so maybe a couple of those kinds of videos a week as opposed to one every single day. I haven't quite figured that out yet. It just feels weird for me to quit on a challenge that I had doing every single day. I'm not a quitter. I don't like to give up on things like that, but it's unsustainable for the most part. It's really good at the beginning of a channel, but once you get to a certain point, you just got to stop. And I did that throughout the entire year after I started the channel, and it was both a good thing and a bad thing, but I'm leaning towards not doing that again. It's just a lot. If you've ever tried, you know what I mean. beyond that, I mean, there's not a whole lot that exciting wise happened with the channel itself, besides some of the companies I've gotten to work with. I almost forgot about that. That's kind of a big thing if you ask me. I've worked with a good amount of companies with this channel that I did not think would be possible so early on in the birth of a channel. But again, I think it's the niche a little bit. But I've worked with Comica, I've worked with Fifine, I'm working on another thing with Fifine. I've worked with Godox. I've worked with a handful of different companies, and it's been really great. Free products are always awesome, especially if they're really good, like the Comica VM40, that wireless shotgun microphone. Oh my goodness. That was such a great acquirement for me in my gear kit. If you don't own that thing, check it out. Look at my video on it. It's an amazing microphone, and it's a new step in filmmaking gear because it's got built-in storage. It's a wireless shotgun mic, so you can use it like a boom. It's got built-in storage, I think I already said, and it's got 32-bit float when you record internally. So it's a really amazing piece of gear, and I'm really happy that I got to work with them and get that for free. And I have a few more companies that I'm working with right now that are in the midst of sending me stuff to look at. So it's been really cool. I never really got these kinds of opportunities with my other channel so quickly. And it's been really fun because it's a lot of stuff that I can actually use. Like, I've worked with other companies on my music account, but a lot of that back in the day was a lot of like cheapy USB microphones and stuff, and it really didn't have a lot to do with my channel, so I stopped doing it. And they were nothing really cool to speak of, nothing that was better than other equipment I already had, so a lot of times I ended up selling that gear. This is very different with this channel. A lot of the gear I am keeping. And some stuff I'm selling because it's redundant to equipment I already have, but the VM40, I'm keeping that motherfucker because it is amazing. Lenses that I've gotten from Viltrox, keeping those. Of course, I'm shooting on a Viltrox right now. I'm going to be working with Ceramonic, I believe, and it's got a microphone kit similar to the Hollyland Lark Max that I'm going to be checking out here soon, which is going to be really, really cool. And it may or may not beat this guy out. Who knows? Stay tuned for that. But the biggest thing, and I got to say it's the coolest thing that I ran into with this company, Sony. Of all companies, Sony. I made a little horror thriller style trailer cinematic video thing that had like a very inappropriate joke undertone to it, and it was on one of the Sony zoom lenses. They liked it so much back when I put that out over the summer that they wanted to share it around, and I said sure. And then I got a message a couple weeks ago before Christmas from Sony saying, hey, our audience really liked that video, we really liked that video, so we want to give you something to show our appreciation. Here's a gift. And they sent me a pair of one of the best wireless earbuds that I have ever used and listened to in my entire life, and they're not even the most expensive pair that I own. I think I just like the Sony sound. These headphones that I have right here, these are wireless Sony headphones. Obviously, I'm a Sony fanboy. I shoot on Sony cameras, but I do like the sound profile of Sony headphones and stuff. So yeah, that was really, really cool. Really validating and stuff for what I'm doing here, and it's just, it was a really cool thing. I can't really say much more than that, but it was really, really cool. Next, I guess I'll talk about a little bit what I want to do in 2025. So, in terms of filmmaking and my camera gear and all that stuff, there's some things I want to do for the channel and my online presence, and there are things that I want to do for my personal career growth. So I want to continue making videos. I'm going to review filmmaking gear. I'm going to make cinematic short films. I'm going to do comparisons. I'm going to do everything that I've been kind of doing, but even more. And that's great for the channel and everything, and that can hopefully get me some growth and get me somewhere to, you know, supplement my income and be able to do like content creation, filmmaking, and stuff full time. But the other thing that I really want to focus on this year that I wanted to last year, but I kind of chickened out a bit, is I really want to get myself out there as a freelance videographer and editor and filmmaker, because I have the gear, I have the equipment, I have the skills, I have the know-how. I just need to get over the hump and over my own like cowardice to get out there and put myself out there. So I want to work with a lot of local businesses and local individuals who are maybe also making content, other filmmakers. I got to be honest, the filmmaking community in my town is pretty scarce as far as I'm aware, trying to look around. But I've got a few people that I can make some cool stuff with, a few buddies and my brother, and you know, I want to do a lot more non-channel related filmmaking and stuff, to hopefully make it into a full-time business of being like a freelance videographer, editor, filmmaker. So that's something I'm going to push myself to do. And I'm going to need you guys to also push me and ask about it and see how things are going so that I can actually do it. And that's part of why I'm saying it on this video right now, because if I don't say it, then I can maybe kind of weasel my way out. But if I put it out there in the public in a video like this, then it's going to force me to be obligated to myself to actually pursue that goal. So that's my biggest thing that I want to do this year. I want to improve both of my channels. I want to write more music for my other account. I want to make more films with this account. And I want to try to get my videography freelance career path going. So I don't want to set any specific goals. I said this in my video on my other channel as well, because people tend to abandon them about a month in. So I'm just going to say those are the general ideas of what I want to achieve this year. And hopefully you're along for the ride to see those dreams come true. Yeah, so thank you guys for an awesome 2024. I hope to see you guys and many more in 2025 for a lot of cool content, a lot of cool short films and gear reviews and just cool gear being featured on the channel. So thank you guys for all your support. As always, stay creative, make some cool stuff. Let me know how I'm doing, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.